Hello! Alright, kids. We're getting rolling here. We are going to be doing a jambalaya, a seafood jambalaya. And first thing is first, though, of course. Okay, good, Jade Ashley, thank you. Tonight's wine. Where can I go with this here? Here, it's Norm. Okay, good. We'll go this way. And this is a, what did I say, where's this? This is a Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, we're doing this. Yes, nom nom. To pair well with our jambalaya. This is a quick dish. Shouldn't take us too long. So let me pour some wine here. Did some research on pairing, and I have been assured by many books and many knowledgeable people that the Sauvignon Blanc is a good match. So we're gonna load up my cast iron over here. Gonna get this rolling. I got some chicken that I'm gonna fry up real fast here just to brown. What I got over here that I had kind of thawing, I'll show you when I bring it over. But these are bone-in chicken thighs. But I'm gonna do like a nice big hunker here, and I'm probably gonna do about 8 to 10 pieces of chicken. We got a plate of bone-in, like I said, bone-in chicken thighs. Okay, and I got some heat going over here. We're just gonna do a little bit of oil. A couple of things are gonna happen here. So first of all, I got my big boy over here. Okay, let me give you a shot of that. All right, this is I think this is a 4-gallon cast iron. Okay, so I'm gonna set this down somewhere because otherwise I'm gonna hurt myself. All right. There's a 4-gallon, and we're going to put in, we'll run through real fast. You're going to do some andouille sausage, the chicken, I have shrimp, okay, and then, veg, and then rice. So what I'm doing right here, okay, come back over there, is I am going to cut this andouille. Now this is just a sausage, okay, and it's spicy and it's smoked, so it's ready to go. I am cutting what they call on the bias, so because I want to like get some nice big chunkers in there, right? So I'm gonna kind of cut it at an angle, so it becomes it's not rounded off. It's actually going to be almost oval. Okay, and you can cut these any sort of thickness that you want. Just kind of double check my. I'm gonna check my oil here. So you can check the oil by just dropping a couple of droplets of water in there, okay, and when it dances across the surface like that, okay, you are hot and ready to rock. One of the things you want to make sure you're doing here, okay, is you don't want to overload the pan. You want to give each piece of chicken, alright, that's not even hot, I guess it's kind of hot enough. Okay, so I'm only going to do about 4 at a time, pretty much. That's about it, okay? Because any more than that, if I really try to jam them in there, what happens is the pan gets cold, okay? It doesn't crisp up as well, takes longer to cook, not as good. I got my andouille, it's all cut up, right? Nice piece, and like I said, I'm going to eat it. It's delicious, even just cold like that. And actually, hold on, let's do a little pairing here. Let's just see. That actually works. A lot of this is just hinging on that chicken right now. So we're gonna flip it. Yep. See, I kind of actually made the pan a little cold, so I'm gonna have to crank that up. Here's an important thing. Okay, when you're doing French cooking, okay, French have what we call a mirepoix. Okay, it's a standard building base that they use for a lot of their sauces, for a lot of their foods. And a mirepoix is onion, celery, and carrots. 3 vegetables. It gives a good base, a good body, right, to your sauces. It tastes good when they're sautéed down, when they're browned. So it's very, very instrumental in a lot of French cooking. But the Cajun Creole cooking, it is French based. However, They decided to put their own spin on it. What they do is very similar with one significant twist, okay? Just trying to find a decent bowl here to hold these when I'm done with them. They have what's called the Holy Trinity, okay? And so, actually, I'm not going to get too fancy with these. Holy Trinity is celery, onions, and bell peppers, okay? And that's the only change is they swap out the carrots for bell peppers, and it adds a different flavor profile to it because green peppers or red pepper, any pepper, obviously taste different than carrots. So you'll find a lot of that in Cajun cooking. There we go. See, I'm just doing a light browning on these bad boys. Okay. I'm not cooking them all the way. I'm not going to cook them. I just want to crisp up the skin. Maybe get a little. Yeah, that's from the pan actually. Get a little crust on them. Get a little brown on them. Well, let me show you a really simple and effective way. Okay. To do a rough chop on these. So you take your onion, okay? You're just going to take that outer layer, get your thumb in there, pop that through. Alright, that's nice and clean, good. Get rid of the skin. Same thing on this one. I got my my onion here, okay? And it's all still together, right? And you do that on purpose because I'm not tearing up right now. And these are actually sweet onion potatoes. Okay, so you go ahead, just make big old chops in there. Okay, and you just cut off the back. All right, and then it just falls apart, just falls to pieces. I'm just gonna kind of shake them loose there a little bit, okay, because they're a little sticky, right? Not a problem, no, not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and brown this other side. I want them a little more brown than that. That's just me. So I got some nice green onions here. Green onions, good lord. Green peppers. And all I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just cutting the walls. Okay, I'm going to try to get this out with as little muss or fuss as possible. Like that. Nice and clean. No seeds in there. That's what you want. You want to just get those out of there. You don't need the seeds. You're not growing a garden. You're cooking food. Okay? I'm going to check my chicken over here again. You guys see this okay? See that nice, that nice darkness there? There you go. Okay? Don't worry about the flakes. That's just, haven't used this pan in a while. It's not a big deal. It's going to be fine. Again, I'm going to kind of want big chunks. So what I'm going to do here, actually, okay, if you can see, you guys can see there's ribs here. There's ribs inside the, right? I don't really want those because to me they always taste bitter, very strong, not great. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice right down, and I'm just going to slice it right in between the ribs. I'm taking my knife, okay, I'm just whacking it down right there, and you can see then no ribs, okay. And so what you're left with then, you got this really tough white, okay. It ruins the flavor. Again, I'm going to do rough chops here, not a big deal, okay. Pretty big chunks. Right? Turn it sideways, and then just one whack right in the center there. Done. Same thing here. Maybe about four knife strokes there for nice big pieces. Okay? We want to see that. We want to see those pieces when we get to our final dish. Alright, so I'm just sticking these. I'm going to stick these in with the celery over here, because I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm not going to freak out. Okay. Alright, now I got a couple. Actually, I'm going to have to get another bowl. Anyways. Alright. So this chicken, in my view, is pretty much done. Okay, so I'm going to pop these out. Okay. Sorry, I should bring it over here so you can see what's going on. You guys, don't apologize for your English. It's fine. It really is. You're more than understandable as far as I'm concerned. Alright? And hell, I can't even speak 2 languages, so you guys are alright in my book. Don't worry about it. I will not make fun of you for not speaking 100% perfect English. It's not a big deal. Okay? This ain't about feeling bad. This is about feeling good. We're cooking here. We're going to eat. So once again, laying these chicken pieces in here. Try not to overcrowd the pan. Again, these are bone in, okay? I don't know if you can see, but it has the bone in there. Now you want that, there's a reason. Take 1 cup of rice, okay? Take 2 cups of some sort of liquid. Water, chicken stock, beef, not milk. Boil the liquid. Set it to a boil, okay? Wait till it's rolling, then drop the 1 cup of rice into it, okay? Give it 1 quick stir, okay? And then get the water boiling again, okay? Once it's boiling, turn the heat way down to low, put a lid on it, set your timer for like 7 to 10 minutes, go back and check, okay? The rice should have soaked up all the water by then. It's going to be light and fluffy. Then you go ahead and take a little forkful of that rice, all right? If it's too tough, pour a little more liquid in, right? Just let it simmer again, bada boom, bada bing. That should do about it. So at the most, okay, you're looking at maybe 2 1/4 cups to 1 cup of rice. And that's pretty much it. That's rice. I have my onions cut. I have my green onions, or my green peppers and celery cut. And I have some more green peppers. So, we're going to go ahead and actually, we're going to keep moving here. We're going to keep this rolling. I'm going to get my big boy over here fired up, okay? This one's excited. I love this pot. This one, I have made enough food to feed about a dozen people in this bad boy. So, we're going to go ahead and just put it on to like a medium high. You can see here, got a nice browned up pieces of chicken. Okay. Ow. Ah! That spit. That hurt. That was owies. Oh, guys, here you go. Here's a good fun fact tip for you. When you're laying food in, okay, into a hot oil like this, always lay it away from you. Don't splash it this way, okay? You want to make sure that you lay it away from you. So if it splashes, it's going to go that way. Chicken is going. My pot is making things happen over here, okay? Yep. All right. So what I'm going to do for my big boy here, I'm just going to take my andouille. Have the andouille in there now. You know, I never realized how hard it was to actually cut and make sure you're cutting on camera and everything until I started doing this stream. I know at some point you guys are going to be treated to me whacking off a piece of my finger. I can just feel it. I've never done that before, but jinx. I'm going to get the oven rolling to 350. And my andouille is already starting to sizzle over here. Let's get that going. Again, rough chops. I don't really care. Like, you know, you can see this here. Like, some of these pieces are tiny, some of them are big. I don't care. You know, this is very countrified kind of a dish, right? You don't need to be too exact. Again, when I cook, when I show you what I'm cooking, I don't expect, you know, Gordon Ramsay or Thomas Keller, right? All I expect is that you enjoy what you're doing at the end of it. Because if you don't enjoy what's on the plate, you're doing it wrong, kids. You are doing it wrong. Okay, I got a nice piece of browned chicken here. Ow, that just popped again. Okay. I like my crispy skin crispy. There we go. Last piece here of chicken. Roll those in. And there you go. So, smelling good in here, folks. Smelling good in here. Set that aside. Make sure, just point of fact, okay? This is the plate that I had the raw chicken on, okay? Jealous of my chickens? Thank you. Guys, make sure when you're cooking, you never put cooked food back on a plate where you had raw meats, okay? Really dangerous, that. Really good way to give yourself salmonella. And let me tell you a story about salmonella, okay? When I was 12, I caught salmonella from some bad milk from a grocery store, okay? I thought I was gonna die. In fact, my folks thought I might have died, because actually my mom got it too. It was bad. It was really, really bad, okay? Don't want salmonella. Horrible, horrible idea. Okay. Is it getting oh, it is getting smoky in here. I'm gonna open a window, because that sausage is all getting smoky up in here. I'm gonna turn that down is what I'm gonna do. That's the smart play, Papa. Turn down things that are burning. It's really not burning, it's just there are spices and stuff inside of this that are getting it to be a little smoky. Okay. We got mirepoix. We got chickens. Let's go ahead and measure out our rice. Because I'm going to make some chicken stock. And what I'm really going to do is cheat. Okay? So I'm going to use twice the amount, so that's 3 cups of rice. So I'm going to need 6 cups of stock. What I'm doing right now is cooking by fire alarm, basically. Let's try not to have that happen. Yeah, that's not going to work either. So, whatever. You know what? Just whatever. Just whatever. We'll get it slightly warm. That'll be better, and then I'll take care of that at the end. Gotta improvise when you're cooking, guys. That's the bottom line. We'll get it working. We'll get it working. That sausage smoking way more than I anticipated. Alright. Let's check our chicken. Let's check that chicken. There we go. There we go. Okay, we just got to crisp up this one side, and then we're going to be done. Now, while we're doing that, I can go ahead. I'm gonna preemptive do something here. Okay, so I guess got a lemon, and I'm gonna go ahead. Whoop. What I'm gonna do? Let me bring this back over here a second. Okay, I'm gonna try to peel. And this is all going to make sense when I get to it, but this is kind of tricky, actually. And it needs to be really sharp. But I'm going to try to cut a ribbon of this stuff as much as I can. Ah, shoot. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Alright, what you need to do here, you need to have a nice, sharp peeler, and I'm really focusing on not cutting my thumb off, so that's why I'm not talking right now. But, okay. You have faith. Okay. Alright, so get as big of a ribbon as you can. Okay? Alright. Look at that. Now. Alright, so I'm just rolling this into a tight little roll here. Okay? I'm going to show you why in a second. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You guys see that? I'm going to grab a toothpick to hold it so you guys can see it real good. Okay. Now this is a little garnish I'm making here for at the end of the dish. But I can go ahead and I can do it now. I'm waiting on that chicken. There you go. What do you think, huh? Now what you could do with this one is you could go ahead and you can roll that up and then stick it inside of that one. It gives it a little double. Yeah, it is ballin'. It is ballin', T to the Bay. That's right. So you'll see. I'm going to throw these in the fridge, okay, and then I'll do it again here in a little while with some more. But just a cool little trick, something you guys can do. And generally, I don't really particularly like non-functional garnish, NFGs as it were. Okay. Well, that's a little dark there. What I see, that's a little too dark, guys. A little too dark. Okay, I'm gonna shut that down. Okay. Kind of let that go a little long, but it is fine because my kid brother is over for dinner, so I'll just give him that piece. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, what I gotta do here is I gotta get rid of that oil. Guys, fun fact. When you pour oil down your sink, you're just asking to call a plumber later on. Don't do it. Oh, here we go. So now we got these onions going in here. Okay? But yeah, grease down a sink, bad idea, guys. Super bad idea. Don't ever do it. Because all it does is it sits in the pipes, clogs things up. Now we're doing the onions here, not a big deal. And I slowly got this water basting down. Let's take a look at my onions here, though, guys. Let's take a look at these. Let's get down a little bit here. Okay? We're browning those up, right? That's what we're doing here with the onions. And I'm just gonna take them one at a time, because again, I'm doing this a big dish that I'm gonna have to do all the Holy Trinity separately, individually. Okay? But then, while that's going, we can go ahead and set aside our rice. 3 cups of rice, right? So that's actually 2 and a lot of change. I don't really want to do that. Okay. We're just going to set it aside and get it ready. So now I got 1 cup and 2 cups. I'm ready to rock. So what I'm trying to show you, I guess, is that there's usually always something you can be doing when you are when you're cooking. Now I could have just taken the onion. I could have dropped it in here with that. Okay, but I really wanted the pans to go ahead and get a good touch there. So one of the things I got to do is I'm going to take some Cajun spice, Cajun seasoning this way. Yeah, good. All right, now I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons. Okay, I'm just going to eyeball it though. All right, you can go ahead and measure it out. In fact, I recommend usually. Not a bad thing to do. 2 tablespoons. Done. This is why I like cooking. I like cooking because it doesn't have to be exact. We're gonna go ahead and improv something here right now on the fly, just like we talked about. Okay? Because I got all these shrimp here. Oh man, I got some beautiful shrimp here. I can't wait to show you guys these shrimp. Okay? But I also wanted to do a real quick crawdad boil for you. And oh, these are actually good looking here. These have already been boiled though. Oh, here we go. So we got some crawfish in here, but they is frozen. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and defrost them here. I don't want a whole lot of them. I'm going to do about half of this gigantic 5 pounds of crawfish. I'm going to strip all the onion out, toss them in with the andouille here. Okay. Now, we've talked about this before, but I'm going to break out my rusty trusty bacon grease. Okay? Again, if you're not saving your bacon grease, save your bacon grease. Can't tell you enough how this rich, creamy deliciousness makes everything taste better. And you could use butter, you could use olive oil, but why? Celery and some green pepper goes in. Okay? The andouille and the onions are in there now. Okay? And like I said, I got this on a medium-low right now. That's what we're going to do. Oh, crawfish. Right. Cold water, guys. Cold water does it just fine. Okay? Don't use hot water when you're defrosting stuff. Okay? Now think about it for a second. Okay? Here's why. It takes a little longer, sure, but it also doesn't cook anything. If you used hot water, okay, you actually could end up cooking something or mildly cooking something, and then the flavors come off or whatever. But if you think about it, cold water is actually warmer than ice. So if you're just trying to get ice off of something, cold water will do it just fine. You don't have to get crazy with a bunch of boiling water or hot water out of your faucet or something like that. Not gonna help you in the long run. So definitely just try to use the cold water and just make sure you time it out well. That's all. Right? Because it does take a little longer, but okay. Now, like I said, these have been boiled already, so I don't even know how crazy I gotta get with these. Alright. I'll probably go ahead and just throw them into the pot now that I'm thinking. Initially, I was actually gonna do a full-on shrimp boil, but looking at these now, um, you know, always check your product. But looking at them now, I realize that's probably not going to work out really great. So I'm not going to do that. I'll throw them into the pot with these things, and then we should be okay at that point. I'm going to toss my rice in. Okay, let's see. I'll show you this guy's over here. Okay, you want the rice in there. Now remember, I'm going kind of big here. I'm feeding a lot of people, so I got 3 full cups of rice. Okay. And I got 6 cups of water. You were there with me when I poured this out. Okay. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now, right off the bat, you can already see the water's kind of turned brown a little bit. Okay. Because I got this nice browning from the andouille. Almost said etouffee. And the onions. Okay. So there's ready flavor in that water. Good flavor. But, I want to add just a little bit more flavor. So, I got myself some chicken flavor base here. And once again, I really like the LB Jamesons. It's hard to do this. LB Jamesons, okay? So if you can see that, that's great. And if you can get some, even better. I prefer not to use the cubes, guys, okay? Nothing particularly against them. It just doesn't feel as good to me as to use this stuff. This stuff is a nice rendered down paste. Okay, and this is you guys get a fresh jar of this stuff. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? I'm just going to do 2 tablespoons. I feel better about that. Put that in there. Okay, no big deal. I'm just mixing that stock base in there. You know, and again, this is only because I don't have access to a full kitchen right now. Obviously, the best way to do it is to, you know, go ahead and get some chicken stock and, you know, render down bones and do all that fun stuff. Bleh. We don't have time. We don't have time. We're cooking for friends and family. Don't be ridiculous, Papa. We don't got time for that nonsense, right? I'm just browning up the celery and the green peppers. These are pretty much ready to go. Break them down a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to toss them in. And I am going to use a little bit more bacon grease. Okay, and again, this is really clean stuff here. Because I go ahead, I filter it out when I do it. So, and if you guys missed that last stream, I'll do another bacon use at some point, and you'll see. When you're using cast iron, by the way, guys, handles get hot, so do be careful. Alright, if you don't have cast iron, I would recommend it. Okay, it's durable, something you can pass down for generations, right? It's good stuff. It's good stuff all the way around. Can't really say too many bad things about it. You know, you got to take care of it a little bit, but you know what? You should be taking care of all your stuff a little bit. You take care of your knives. You know, don't put your knives in the dishwasher. Horrible idea. Dulls it down. Take care of your pans, your pots, whether they're non-stick or cast iron or, I don't know, what you get them from Goodwill. It doesn't matter. Take care of your stuff, guys. Take care of your stuff. You take care of your tools, they'll take care of you. That's true for all your tools. Okay, so now this recipe also calls for tomato paste, right? So let's go ahead and throw that in there right now. So I'm just adding tomato paste here, guys. Yours is pretty seasoned. You hate washing it completely. Yeah, absolutely. Don't wash it completely. You really shouldn't wash the cast iron. Not, you know, when I first started using cast iron, I didn't really subscribe to that necessarily. You know, I just kind of figured that was just sort of weird cast iron cult mumbo jumbo kind of a thing. But the more I used it, the more I sort of became a true believer, as it were. And you really should not use soap and water on your cast iron. Really should not, you know, don't ever, you know, I mean, unless you're totally tearing it down to do a full re-seasoning, you know, you shouldn't use like the green scrubby pads. Ah, crud. Sorry, guys, dropping stuff here. You know, just a little bit of, well, I mean, you can, I guess you could use a green scrubby pad lightly, but you know, no soap, no water, or no soap, no water. Yeah, don't use water, guys. Don't use water. Welcome to Papa's Cooks, where he just kind of spouts random crap. It's awesome. Don't use soap. Don't use soap on your cast iron. Bad idea. It breaks down those oils or removes them, and that's really what you need. So I'm just kind of, you guys can see here, I am mixing in that tomato paste. Okay. And this is already, oh yeah, it's already coming together a little bit there. Oh, there you go. Look at this. Look at this color now, guys. Look at how colored that got. This is looking good, right? Look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm actually going to probably end up adding a little more water. Okay. And these are almost done. This is a little too thick for me. I don't like it, so I'm going to be a little preemptive here. I'm just going to go ahead and drop another cup of water in. Okay? And it's okay if it's a little soupy, right? Because this is kind of a stew. It's a Cajun stew, basically. I gotta check this. I'm gonna try to skip the rice because the rice is definitely not done yet. But that's what I'm talking about. Definitely what I'm talking about. Got my green peppers in here. I got my andouille. This is rolling pretty good, and we're right at the point where I want to be with this. So, it's rolling pretty good, but it still just seems a little thick to me, and it's making me nervous. So, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop another cup of water into it. Okay. Yeah, one more cup of water. And this is fine, this is part of the process, right? Because I'm making something that's, not quite to specifications for the recipe, because I'm making a big batch here. Again, this is a 4-gallon cast iron pot right here, and the recipe I have actually was called for like half a gallon or something ridiculous. I just added a little more chicken stock. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this monster of a thing here, and I apologize in advance for the grunting, okay? But like I said, it's probably almost 3. Oh wait, I forgot to do something really important, guys. Holy crap! Hold on. What you got to do now, okay? Where'd my tongs go? There it is. I'm gonna stick these chicks, these nice browned chickens. You know, nestle them down in there. Boom. Okay. Boom. Boom. Now remember, the reason we're doing this is because we didn't cook them. Okay. Right? We just crisped up the outsides. Okay? So you gotta put them in, because otherwise, I mean, essentially these are raw in the center. There you go. All my chickens is down in there. Right? They are rocking it inside, underneath the rice. So I'm gonna take this. I got my oven set at 350. Oh God. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and set this whole bad boy right in there. There it is. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna set the timer for about 30 minutes. Actually, that's too high. I don't want it that long. Actually, I want it 20 minutes. Look at these bad boys. That's some big shrimp. These are 1621s. I like the big ones. These have been deveined, all right, but they still have the shell on them. Okay. Now I'm doing this on purpose, all right, because number one, you don't want to cook an already cooked shrimp. Okay, and I really wanted to cook these, right? Because I think it just tastes better. It's gonna, you know, I think. Okay. It's gonna soak up some of the flavors. It's gonna add flavors. You know, it's a choice. You can go ahead and you could buy the pre-cooked stuff. Okay. I prefer the non-cooked stuff with the shell on. Actually, I don't care necessarily. I guess I wanted to show you, you know, what it looks like if you were to get it with the shell on. Now you see here, these have all been split down the back, and they've been called it's called deveined. Okay, normally there's a mud vein down the center here, and that's really gross. I'm not going to go into what that actually is. All right, you can Google it if you want, but basically it's an unpleasant piece of the shrimp that you do not want in your cooking at all. All I'm doing is I'm just popping the shells off. Okay, you guys can kind of see that from a couple of different angles there. All right, it's kind of tedious. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's not really hard to do. You know, just make sure you put the shells in the shell bowl and the finished shrimp in the finished shrimp bowl. Don't mix the two up, because that would be unpleasant for you. Fun fact, Pop is actually allergic to shellfish. Not majorly. I mean, it's a fairly mild allergy, but I can already feel my fingertips starting to itch from doing this. And these are the trials and tribulations of a chef. That's what you do. You just put up with it. And these are actually really well done. Sometimes when you get a deveined shrimp, okay, this area here will still have mud and nastiness in it, okay? These all, I've been watching them here for the most part. These all look really good. So that's pretty awesome. Cause I mean, it's not hard to clean them out. It's nice when it's already done for you. That's all. These were frozen. Okay, they're not fresh. All right, but again, I just had them sitting in the cold water, and I just drained it off. I didn't go crazy with it there. And when you cook these up, they're going to turn out nice and pink. I actually did this earlier, okay? I mixed all this stuff up. I let it chill down as per the instructions. And then about an hour and a half after that, I folded it out again and let that chill down. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to minimize mess, okay? You guys probably shouldn't do it this way, but I just really don't want to... Oh gosh, don't melt that. That would be bad. I don't want to have to pick this up later on. So, I'm going to lay this out again. And what I have here is some parchment paper. Okay, parchment paper is awesome, by the way. If you got some access to it, do it, because it's 1,001 uses kind of a thing. You can roll it out one more time. So, I'm going to roll it out to about a ½ inch thick. That's all I'm going to do. Where's my flour? I'm going to set up a receiving pan here. I'm buttering down this top of this aluminum foil over here. I'm not a baker. Baking is not what I do. So you all have to kind of forgive me just a little bit here. But what I did here is I laid down the parchment paper, put down a little flour, okay, and I have my dough that's been chilling for quite a while, okay, and this is a really simple mix of flour, a little bit of salt, baking powder, and milk. And I just want to do some rustic biscuits. That's all I wanted to do. Go ahead and flour that up. Now I'm going to roll this down to about a ½ inch thick. Okay. And you guys can see that I've already been working it. It's got about 6 or 7 folds in it. Okay. So the idea, the hope, okay, is that what ends up happening here is that all those folds end up fluffing up a little bit, and you actually get a nice kind of fluffy, biscuity type of thing. That's about a ½ inch thick, okay? Now, hopefully you can kind of see the side here. It's got ridges, it's got folds, it's got... So then I'm just going to go ahead, I'm just going to cut basically a nice tic-tac-toe pattern, alright? Because that's not perfectly exact. In fact, these ones in the middle are going to be monstrous. But whatever, man. You know, because who's going to complain? The people I'm feeding? These aren't going to be big, like, rolling biscuits, right? These are just real simple. They're almost going to be flat, pretty much. We're going to try to let them rise just a little bit. But we're not going to be too upset if they don't. Okay? Because all they have is baking soda. There's no yeast in these. There's no yeast. Jambalaya's in the oven. My rolls, my muffins, whatever they are, they're sitting there. They're ready to go. I'm going to come back over here. Okay, and I'm going to show you that trick again. Okay. Oh, actually, no. We're going to do a couple of things first. We're gonna start prepping for service here. Actually, is what we're going to do. What I have here is just some good old-fashioned green onions. That's torn up. That's pretty nasty. We're gonna get rid of that. We don't want it, right? We're gonna pick through this a little bit here. We're gonna be a little discriminating. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So we're already at that time point, boys and girls. Check it out. Check it out. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me set up for it here. So my jambalaya was in the oven already for 30 minutes. Oh, look at that. Holy crap, guys. Whew. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is exciting. This is exciting right here. Oh. Look at that. Oh, it's chunky, right? But our rice hasn't really burned to the bottom of the pan or nothing. Okay, this is the joys of cast iron here. That's what that is. Oh, okay, now I'm going to test something here. This is important, guys. This is for science. All right, we're going to test this rice, okay? Because it's all about the rice at this point. We want to make sure that this rice is nice and tasty. It's hot. Almost there. Almost there. So 30 minutes, right? Now, again, I put extra water in there. You guys all saw that. Even with that extra water, it's kind of down, but it needs just a little bit more. That's so good, guys. You guys are going to love this dish. I think one more cup of water ought to do it. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now, the other thing is, before I drop it all the way in, I'm going to take these shrimp here, all those shrimp that I peeled. Okay, I'm going to just sprinkle them in. Boom. Okay. And these crawfish, okay, that I've been kind of de-icing. Again, they're already cooked. Meh. Okay. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna put all those in. We're gonna mix them down. Okay. Yeah. This, boys and girls, this is a seafood gumbo. No, it's not. I lied. It's not a gumbo. I didn't do a gumbo. I did a jambalaya. It's a seafood jambalaya. Okay? It's gonna be good though. Gonna be good. Okay. Like that's like overflowing awesome right there. That's hot still. So be careful when you're using that cast iron, guys. Always gotta be aware. Otherwise you're gonna end up with some real nice burn marks. Which is cool when you're cooking, but it's not great when you're trying to impress people. Because they're like, wow, that was just dumb. Why would you do that? Back over to my green onions here. So we're going to do that for another 10 minutes, by the way. Throw that on 10 minutes and it should be pretty much ready to rock. So we kind of got to hurry up here. We got to get ready here. Actually, we're going to turn that down to 5. And then at 5 minutes, we're going to put our biscuits in. So everything kind of comes out hot and fresh. Some nice pieces of garnish there. I got a nice little rose here, okay, that I made from lemon rind. And also what I'm going to do actually with that first lemon that I did, because I feel like it's going to work out well, and I'm kind of just punting right now. I'm going to actually go ahead, and again, I'm punting right now. We're going to see if this works, right? Okay, that'll kind of work. Ooh. How you doing in there, boys? Oh we're doing good, Papa. All right, good. That's a crawfish talking. They're good. Again, the only reason I'm going to use toothpicks in this garnish is because it's completely not edible. No one's going to accidentally bite into that and go, oh, I just found your toothpicks, Papa, because that would be bad. You want to try to use garnish that doesn't have that going for it. Does that make sense? You want to avoid toothpicks and stuff that people are actually going to eat. If you can't avoid it, like for a chicken wrap something or other, that's fine. Okay. But you're going to tell the people before you serve it, hey guys, this has toothpicks in it, please don't eat it. But for this kind of thing, the way I snipped it so you can't even see it, it's fine. When it comes out, alright, look at that. Look at that. Look at your shrimp. Shrimp is nice and pink now, right? That's good. That's hot, by the way, guys. Very hot. Probably should keep that in mind. Now, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to grab a nice little slotted spoon. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm kind of trying to avoid the chicken a little bit, because I want that to be a centerpiece on my stuff here, okay? So look at that. You got your green peppers, your andouille. Whoop, there's a little guy hiding in there. We don't want that necessarily. I want to do something specific with those for plating purposes. Here's a nice piece of chicken. Okay. Now look, we're going to make presentation with this a little bit, so you can see the andouille. Okay. And again, these crawfish are not totally cooperating with me here. Kind of wanted to find a nice one with two legs on it, or two claws, I should say. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat for presentation. Okay. Watch this. Oh, there you go. Oh, thanks, Papa, for giving me that second claw. Yeah, I know, man. It's cool. It's rough. It's rough. It's a rough world out there. I'm going to drop that in there. Do I like that? No. No. I think I want the presentation little ring here so that you can really see it. Okay. Alright, and then we take some of our green. And just kind of, these are the diced green onion. And then we go ahead, we clean up the rim, okay, for presentation. Alright, so now, you got a nice jambalaya in there. How do you think? What do you think, guys? You see that good? That's pretty good, huh? It's good? There you go, guys. So that is your jambalaya. The biscuits aren't even done yet, but we'll throw them up there. We'll throw it up there, too. Alright. Oh, actually, you know what, guys? This is kind of cool. I'm going to take one real fast here. Okay, look at this. Look at how much that expanded out. There's a biscuit there for you, okay? Okay. So, that, oh, there you go. Better. Okay? So that'll go right in there like that. Right? Right over the top. Boom. Okay. Boom. Oh my god, guys. Alright. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And once again, what was it? Anguite. Okay? That's Swiss German for good eats, basically. Anguite, everybody.